Oh, hello there. This hour on Verbling, the next in my Business Basics series. This is a class where we work on key communication skills, improving your English through vocabulary, key phrases, and other kinds of strategy to help you in business situations that you're likely to encounter in your professional life. And today will be no different. We're going to work on something called business speed dating. That's when you have to make a good impression, but you have to do it in a very, very, very limited period of time, just like real speed dating. We'll see how it works in just a minute, and it'll be useful for you. I'll show you a little bit how it'll be useful, but it'll be useful for you because you'll be able to do an introduction in a professional context in record time in a very concise way. We'll work on it and perfect it. Okay, before we begin, let me do a quick introduction. I'm John Eric, your Verbling teacher for this hour. I'm an American teacher from New York, coming at you today from Lisbon, Portugal, to bring you this class. By the way, if you click on my name anywhere in the Verbling chat window, it takes you here to my profile page on the left. You can click follow. That'll allow you to communicate directly with me in the chat window and get notifications of my upcoming classes. On the right, you can book a private tutoring class or buy a package, and I will work with you on creating a personalized learning plan to help get you to your goals as soon as possible. If you're interested in the private classes, send me a message first so I can be sure to have time for you in my schedule. We're going to take a look at this material from a unit that I've done in the past, but we haven't spent time on the actual activity. So I'm going to give you a copy of the material for you to look at if in your browser if you like, or to download and review later. There you go. There's a copy in the group chat and in the Verbling chat. Okay, and before we begin, let's say a quick hello to Mr. Sergey. Hello, Sergey. How are you? Can you hear me okay, Sergey? Going once, going twice. Uh-oh, I don't hear you, Sergey. Maybe you're having some microphone problems. If you can write in the chat window, just so I know you can hear me. Let's say hello to Mr. Frederic. Hello, Frederic. How are you?
Hello, John. How are you?
Welcome back.
Thank you.
And Ms. Lena, how are you?
Hi, John Eric. I'm fine. Long time no see.
Long time no see. Welcome back, Lena. Okay, and Mr. Sergey, it might be useful to leave the Hangout and then rejoin, and then we'll see if we can get your microphone working. Okay? Let me just make sure. Can you hear me, Sergey? Can you hear me? Okay, he's rejoining. So we'll give him a second. While we're waiting, by the way, we have a fully booked class, so we're still waiting for 7 other people, but we'll give them. We can't. No, we're late. We're going to get started right away. I just saw what time it was. Ah, Mr. Sergey, can you hear me?
Yes, I do.
Fantastic. We got your microphone working. Excellent. Okay. Is this your first time with us, Sergey?
In your class, yes, it's the first time, but on Verbling in general, I am regular user of Verbling.
Okay, very good. And where are you from, Sergey?
Russia.
Russia's pretty big.
Okay, from Siberia.
Siberia. Okay, very good. Well, let's start with a question. What is speed dating? Have you ever heard that before? Does anyone know what that is? Because we're going to do something similar to it. What is it?
It's when you have date with, let's say, maybe a group of women or a group of employees, and you have to speak about you in a very short length of time.
Mm-hmm. So you've got to introduce yourself in a very, very short length of time, and it's kind of like a game, basically, speed dating. So we're going to do it as business people in a business context. but it comes from something like you might see in a game show. This is a real thing. So you have to, in like these reality TV shows, you have to impress the girl. In this case, it's usually a guy impressing a girl by giving an introduction that's going to impress her, so she chooses you. This was a game show in the 60s, and more recently too, but there was one in the 60s called, forgot the name. I'm forgetting the name, but the woman couldn't see. There was 3 men behind a curtain she couldn't see. She had to just listen to them describe themselves and answer questions. It's like that, but you probably get a minute or 2 to do it. So we're going to adapt this for the business world. And let's look at the context where something like this might actually happen. So we're going to give you, this is a real thing that goes on. Let's read the background first. Then I'm going to have you look at some expert advice about how to do it from someone in the field. We'll talk about it a little bit, and then we're going to go on and try it ourselves. First, we'll try it as someone else. We'll just work on our skills. I'll give you some information that you'll use. Then you're going to work on your own presentation, and you'll try it as yourself. So that's going to be the plan. Let's start here, though. All right? So let's see, how many paragraphs do we have? Well, it's basically 2 short ones. Okay, Ms. Lena, can you take the title in the first paragraph? Let's get a little background on speed dating. Here they call it speed networking because it's in a business context. Can you read the title in the first paragraph for us, please?
Yeah, sure. Need more good context? Contact 25 thinks it has the answer. Networking is increasingly important for individuals and companies who want to succeed in the world of international business. Contact 25 organizes business-to-business speed networking events. At these events, participants have a series of mini-meetings with new contacts. The idea is that within a few minutes of talking to someone, they will know whether it's possible to do business with them. This makes it a very efficient form of business networking. By meeting lots of people, you have more chance of meeting ideal contacts for your business.
Okay, very good, very good. So, let me just ask a question to all of you. First of all, is the idea of speed networking more or less clear? Do you understand what you do in this Contact 25 program? Frederick, what do you have to do in Contact 25? Is it clear from that first paragraph?
Yes, it's clear. Yes, you have to meet new people and make a presentation of yourself in a very in 5 minutes or something like this.
Something like that. We're going to see the rules. We're going to see the rules in just a second. Okay. So, Mr. Sergey, can you read the second part, starting with how does it work at the bottom?
Sure. How does it work? Each meeting lasts 5 minutes. You have 2 minutes to talk about your company or organization, 2 minutes to talk about your partner's company organization, 30 seconds to score your partner and note down future actions, and 30 seconds to move on to the next meeting. Speed networking is proving to be a good solution for many businesses who simply want to get results. Contact 25 estimates that each attendee creates 5,000 worth of new business.
5,000 what? 5,000
euros.
Euros, right?
Worth of new business per event. So it seems that speed networking is simple, effective, and sorry, I don't see the ending.
And generates results is the last thing. And generates results. Okay. Sergey, do you think this company, Contact 25, which organizes business to business, that's called B2B, by the way, when you say business to business, we shorten that to B2B, like this in the chat window. a B2B service company. Do you think Contact 25 is or is going to be successful? Do you think that this is a useful service, in your personal opinion?
Okay, in my personal opinion, it is not very effective way to meet people to
Okay.
join,
Tell us why.
because yeah. So first of all, you can learn almost everything you need about a business from internet pages. I mean, we have Google today, and you can really just learn everything about a company which you would like to know.
We live in a transparent world.
Yes, so you can filter out partners who you just don't want to work with, and just uh, get a short list and organize personal meetings with them instead of paying fees to Contact 25.
Absolutely. And you can use shortlist as a verb. You can shortlist people as well.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you can go to the internet and shortlist people, shortlist candidates. So use that as a verb, to shortlist. Okay, very good. Mr. Edson, I don't know if you were able to hear at the beginning, but we're going to be doing some speed networking, and we just read about a company that specializes in speed networking. And speed networking, did you catch the beginning? Do you know what that is?
Yes, I got it.
Okay. So do you agree or do you disagree with Sergey? Sergey thinks that the company isn't doing something particularly useful because of the internet. Everyone can go to LinkedIn. Everyone can go to Facebook. Everyone can find out about you through the internet. Therefore, a B2B face-to-face networking service is not really going to be efficient. What do you think? Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, I agree because you have certain ways of information, way possible to talk to people like internet and medias at all, and you don't need face-to-face
contact.
Yeah, yes, to talk to people in many places in many countries. You just use the internet and that's it.
Interesting. Does anyone disagree with that? Frederick, Lena, do either of you disagree or do you agree as well? Hello, Frederick, Lena? You're not sure.
Yeah, no, it depends on. I think it depends on the activity of the participants. In some cases you need to meet the guy who you want to work with.
You only meet guys?
No,
to meet the person.
Yeah, to meet a person. Yeah. By guys, I mean a person. Yeah.
Okay.
And in some cases you don't need to meet the persons. So yeah, you just have to Google it or use.
Remember that this is networking. So here's my question. My question is, why is networking important? Why the face-to-face part? That only happens. You can't network without meeting somebody. So why might networking be important in general? Why might meeting face-to-face be important in general? Anyone?
May I try?
Yeah.
Cause look, you have the media, like you can talk face to face by using Skype, like, and you can talk to people. You don't need to go to travel abroad or
okay, that I agree with you. Yeah, at the time when this material was created, it was not everybody had the same internet access. So you're right about that. It could be done online, but it could be done through Skype. Sure, I agree with you. That could help. So let's assume for a minute. Let's assume for a minute that this could be done virtually through Skype or Hangout or another interface. Could be, but I also am curious if meeting face to face, physically being there, is somehow important, because I think it could be. Maybe I'll ask you this. First question, let me just go here. Whoops. There we go. The first question I asked is, why is networking important? Right? We talked about it a little bit. You can add other ideas if you like. But also, what are the possible advantages? Forget about the disadvantages. What are the possible advantages of this speed networking? If networking is important to help your career, why could this speed networking help you? What could it do that other things couldn't do, that LinkedIn couldn't do, for example? Lena, what do you think about this?
I think that people can learn other partners in a short period of time who probably can help them to do businesses.
Yeah, it's efficient because you meet so many people in a short period of time. So maybe it's more efficient. I don't know.
And
in that sense.
I think probably it's more personal. Yes, nowadays we have social media, LinkedIn, Skype, but I think we are persons, and sometimes personal contact can help more. For example, if I speak with someone on LinkedIn, it's one thing, but I think when I speak face to face, it's something different. And for example, it can be used also in different contexts. For example, in the context if someone is looking for a job, yes, and then he speaks with different representatives of companies. And then it can also help you. Then you have spoken with that representatives, and then when you apply for a job, you just can write an email and mention the name and just mention it was nice to meet you there. It was nice to talk to you. I think it gives also advantages.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, if you think about it, like when here's an example. It's a little bit off topic. But think about when they started to use television in politics. The first televised presidential debate the first one that was televised and broadcast to the mass media was Kennedy and Nixon. And Nixon lost because Kennedy was younger and he understood media really well. And if you watch the debates, he's completely aware of the camera, and he's completely natural, right? And it seems to be what got him elected, because he was a little too young to be president. At the time, Catholics were kind of they're a minority now, but at the time there was a big divide between Protestant and Catholic. So it was already a big deal that a Catholic was elected president. That was a big deal in the culture at the time, right? But he just knew how to work it. People remembered him, and I think that's what you're saying. The one advantage could be that you're going to be much more memorable because you're a real person. You're making a real impression, and it's just not quite the same as looking at information in a LinkedIn page. So you have that advantage of making an impression, an emotional impression, right? Because of the way you look, the way you talk, because of how you respond to people, because of the language you use. All of this could be an advantage. So it's not a bad idea. I'll just say that. It's not a bad idea.
People use it, do business with when they like, who they like. Nothing can replace a strong shake of hands.
A strong handshake.
Handshake.
Nothing can replace a strong handshake. Hello, Sylvia. How are you?
Hello, teacher.
Where are you from, Sylvia?
I'm from Brazil.
From Brazil. Okay. Thanks
São
for
Paulo.
joining us. Great. So in the last question here, not question. It's a question and a statement. This company that does the speed networking, in a moment we're going to all pretend that we're in the speed networking event and we're going to try it out. This company is thinking of going international. So instead of bringing local people together in the speed networking event, where nothing can replace the power of a strong handshake, as Silvio says, I agree, I want to ask you, how could they make international speed networking possible? Besides using Skype or something like that, okay, for sure, we could make it virtual. But what could we do to make it work internationally? If they're going to go international, what could we do to make it effective? Okay, Sergey, what do you think about this? Why don't you start us off? What do you think would be useful in an international context?
It would be very different from any international conference which happen all the time in large hotel areas, like conference in Las Vegas in huge hotel, and a lot of people meet there. So I think it's pretty easy to organize, and I don't see any obstacles about it.
Okay, so it could be more intimate, is what you're saying, than a conference, maybe.
Yeah, but the idea is the same. You have a huge area like a hall, and you just get people there, and they just play your roles, and that's all. So nothing new in organizing networking.
Yeah. Nothing new in organizing. Nothing new in organizing. But from what you're saying, the takeaway that I get is that it could be a little bit better than a conference because it's organized so that you have to talk with a variety of people. You can't help but make contacts, right? But in terms of logistics, yeah, it's kind of like a conference. And it could be held online, too. It could be.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, very good. So I'm going to say that it could be a little bit more, we could say, intimate than a conference. And maybe it could be a little bit more, arguably, it could be more effective because of the structure, due to having to network with a variety of people. And in a conference, you could just go to the bar and stay there all day and never talk to anyone. I mean, you could do it, unless you're one of the speakers. All right. Any other ideas about this question before we look at our expert view? Is there anything else that's important about making this an international event? Any other ideas? Going once? Going twice? What's that, Silvio?
Webinars. It's common today. Companies like this company using webinars to arrange symposiums or conference. They can put together people from each part of the world and talk about a specific subject. And after the webinar, we can change contacts or job experience.
Okay, very good. By the way, pronunciation. Symposiums.
Symposiums.
That's right, symposiums. And also, just a correction, not change contacts, but exchange contacts.
Exchange.
That's it, exchange contacts. Absolutely, it could be done as a webinar, and a webinar is a seminar on the web, so there could be a little speech, but then we could try the face-to-face part. It could all be done in the same interface because we're using something like we're doing now, like Google Hangouts or whatever. All right, I want you to take a look at an expert point of view before we go about doing this ourselves. So this is from Martin Clark, Program Director of General Management Program Group at the Cranfield School of Management. This is a real person at a real school who's going to tell us a little bit about networking. Let's see. Let's get Mr. Giancarlo, who's just joining us now. Mr. Giancarlo, could you read the expert view, and let's see if we can decide what the advice is about networking from our expert, okay?
Yes, okay. The expert view. Networking is important not only for generating business. In today's more complex and interrelated organizations, networking is also an essential management skill. Personal relationships are a source of information and power. The better the quality of your network, the more social capital you have. Contacts outside your organization and industry give you an external perspective that enables innovation. A wide range of relationships inside your organization provides you with opportunities to build support and develop your ideas.
Okay. So, there's a few ideas floating around in here. One of them is about social capital. Social capital. What do you think he means by that, Giancarlo? The more social capital you have. And think about the word capital. What is capital?
Okay, the more social capital you have.
What is capital? Is capital a thing? What is capital? I know there's Das Kapital from Karl Marx. I know there's capitalism.
Yeah, social capital means the people that work with you, maybe.
Right. It is the people that work with you or that you are connected with. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Social capital means the people you work with, or the relationships that you can have through the network.
Okay, I agree, but I think that's 50% of it. And there's another part which is focused on the capital idea. Think about class. Think about what capital means, what capitalism is, right? If you have capital, what do you have if you have capital?
Money.
Yeah, money. So social capital is something having to do, money is value, right? So social capital has something to do with the value that's created through social relations. If that makes sense. Does that make sense, Frederick?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the amount of relation you have.
Do you think you can spend social capital?
No.
I don't think so. I think it's more regarding the value of the contacts, not the amount.
Not the amount. Well, when I say value, I mean that in a very general way. I don't think it's about a dollar value, but ultimately it is. Ultimately, because somehow it's going to get you something. If you spend your social capital, that means, this is kind of a metaphor, if you spend your social capital, that means you use someone you know to get an opportunity. So for example, Frederick, I want to become a programmer. I know you. So I say, hey Frederick, can you get me a job with you programming? And you say to me, you say yes or no?
No.
Of course. That means I have badly spent my social capital. So it has something to do with mobility too. If you know the right people, they'll get you. So I think that it's in quotes because it's a term, it's a concept. We think about it as just knowing the right people, but it's also a concept about how to exploit the people you know in your network. I think it's an interesting idea.
John, it's like an exchange of favors.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah. And also how valuable you are to others and how valuable they are to you. Their value as, well, kind of like a commodity. Something like that. Hopefully, you don't see the person as just a commodity, but it's part of it. Because you're thinking about, in the context of doing business, how valuable is this contact? But yeah, exchanging favors, definitely. All right, let's give it a try. So I'm going to jump forward here to our task. Okay, we're going to follow the rules, but the first round, I'm going to give you a role to perform so that you can be more objective. So, in exercise 1, it's just a definition of what we're going to do. You're going to participate in a speed networking event. It says be yourself or choose a profile. I'm going to have you choose a profile for round 1. Make a note of your name, what you do, the name of your company or organization, what it does, your personal and professional reasons for attending the event. You're going to see that information on your profile. Okay, in part 2, it says work in small groups. We can't do that. We can only work as one group, unfortunately, but I'll put you in pairs. You're going to follow the rules of the speed networking event. Try to make as many contacts as possible in the time you have and make a good impression on the people you meet. So what you have to do is outlined there. Let's make sure it's 100% clear before we begin. Okay, Mr. Edson, what do we have to do? The first bullet point, please.
We have to.
First bullet point.
Hmm?
First bullet point.
Oh, it's make note the name, the company you work for, and your personal.
First bullet point. Introduce yourself.
Okay, introduce yourself, say what you do, and who you represent.
Right. Each of those things are called bullet points. Like when you make an outline, just so you know. Bullet points. Bullet points. Okay, whoops. See if I can put this in the chat window. One second. There you go. Okay, Frederick, second bullet point.
Explain what the company, organization you represent does and why you are at this event.
That's it. Giancarlo, third bullet point.
Listen to your partner, do the same as above, and take notes.
You can put the notes directly in the chat window if it's easier for you, or write it on a paper. Okay? Lena, can you do the fourth bullet point? This is about the score.
Give your partner a score from 1 to 3 based on the following 3 statements. Should I continue?
Please do.
I would never want to work with this person. 1 point. I might want to work with them, but I need to find out more about them. 2 points. I'm definitely interested in working with this person and will follow this up immediately. 3 points.
Okay. So you're going to try to get into zone 3. Give them the information they need and do something to pique their interest. You're going to try to do that. Not everyone is compatible, so you might not be in zone 3, you might be in zone 2 because you have 2 different businesses that are not compatible. But you never know who's compatible and who isn't. You never know. Maybe they say something to you that you can adapt your job and make yourself interesting to them, and vice versa. Okay. Let's give it a try. Let's give this a shot. We're going to put you in pairs, okay? And we're going to try it first with, we've got one for each of you. Yeah, great. We have more than I thought. Okay, so Mr. Silvio, you're going to be the first card. You're going to be our hot air balloon pilot, okay? So I want you to study your card, which is on slide 6. You need the link. It's at the very top of the chat window if you want to open it in your computer. Okay, Sergey, you're going to be our marketing manager, also on slide 6. So you're going to study your card.
May I actually invent my own role?
Let's see. I was going to do this. I was going to do this twice. I was going to do this in 2 rounds. Well, once as yourself in the second round, and once as someone else. So, if you want to be yourself, I would hold off until the second round. That's the only thing I would say.
Not even myself, but now a fake role. I mean, but I am okay with it. Okay. Marketing manager, Ren, okay.
It's only because I want you to focus on how you say things the first time, not really what to say. Okay?
Yeah.
If you have a good idea, then go for it, Sergey. If you have a good idea in mind, you can skip marketing man. It's up to you. Okay, Lena, I'm going to put you and Giancarlo on slide 7. Lena, you are a cook. Giancarlo, you are an events organizer. So study slide 7. Okay? And our last two, Frederic and Edson. Frederic, you are customer services manager. Edson, you are our travel agent. Okay, so that means you're going to be on slide 8. So take a minute, study your cards. Take a minute and study your cards. Okay? Now what I'm going to do as we're doing this is I'm going to sort of roll the dice to match you up. So if you give me just a second, I'm going to put my dice on the screen, and I'm going to go in order from left to right. No, from right to left, but I'm going to roll so that we have a random partner. Give me just a second to get my dice on the screen. They're loading. And one pair of dice, just one die. Okay. So, is everyone ready? Has everyone studied your details? I don't hear anyone saying ready.
John, could you actually send a link to presentation because I missed it?
Oh, the link is, I'll give you it again, one moment.
Yeah, because I reopened.
Can you see it now? It's in the Verbling chat window. If you don't see it, I'll put it in the group chat.
Yeah, please put it. Yeah, cool. Thank you.
Okay. Uh-oh, we lost Sergey. He'll be back. Okay, so remember, Silvio, you're on slide 6, and so is Sergey when he comes back. Slide 7, Lena and Giancarlo. And slide 8, Frederic and Edson. Okay. Everyone clear what we're doing? I think we're good to go. Okay. So if we're all ready, I'm going to roll the dice, and I'm going to match you up. We're going to follow the rules. 2 minutes to present, you and a partner. And what was it before? It was 2 minutes to talk about yourself, 2 minutes to listen to your partner, 30 seconds to follow up, 30 seconds to score your partner and note down future action, 30 seconds to move on. So it's going to be 2, 2, and the last minute will be divided into 2 parts where you ask a follow-up question if you like, a quick one, and give a score. Let's see if we can do this. I'm gonna keep it. Let's go to. I'll put it here for you, Silvio. Okay, Silvio, are you ready to find out who your partner is? Are you ready, Silvio?
I'm ready.
All right. Let me just set up my clock so I can time you all. Give me a second. A moment. I need to just give me just a second. I got to turn on my little clock, which is here. It is. I'm going to set it for 2 minutes. Okay. Your partner is going to be. I'm going to just. We got 1, 2, 3. We got 6 people. So you're number 1. I'm going to roll it, and your partner is person number 3. 1, 2, 3. Lena. You are partnering with Silvio. Are you ready, Lena?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Silvio, you're going to go first, and I'm going to stop you at 2 minutes, and then we're going to go to Lena to do her presentation. Last minute will be quick follow-ups and a score. Okay? Here we go. Silvio, your time starts now.
Hello, Lena. Nice to meet you. I'd like to introduce myself. I am a hot air balloon pilot. I'm owner of a medium company. that has flying around Europe and in Asia, where we are participating in small events, and I'm looking for funds to turn new projects feasible, and I'm looking for a partner who has the same interests like me in invest in my company. And this company is my dream. I'm struggle to turn it a reality, and is that.
Okay,
Thank you
very
for her.
good. Very good. And that was a little over a minute. Okay, let's do this again. Now, Lena, it's your turn. Lena, your time starts.
Excuse me, I have a short question. Should I represent myself? Yes.
You're cook and caterer on slide 7.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Okay, and your time starts now.
Hello, Sylvia. I would like to introduce myself. I'm Lena. I'm a own a company. I'm a cook and caterer. My company name is EPG, and it specializes in international cuisine. My schools are located in Italy and France, and they are for young people. I'm here because I would like to expand my business into gastrotourism, and I'm looking for partners like you in the travel industry, and people like you who can take care of promotional material and packages. I'm really here to meet people who share the same hobbies as I am, and I like exotic travels. I'm interested in Africa and some other exotic countries, and I like languages, and I do extremal sport as well. I hope we can do business together, and our business and our future business relationship will be of mutual benefit. Thank you for your time.
Wow, very good, very
Thank
good,
you.
very good. Okay, so you can ask. Well, actually, we're short on time, so
I have an idea. I have an idea, Lena. We can become partner. We can start a joint venture. When in my balloons, we can put your branch, a big branch. It can fly around Europe, so we will have free market merchandising.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I think we should exchange our business cards and stay in contact.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
very good, very good. So, well, do I take that as a 3 for both of you? You found the connection. So your score, how would you score each other? So it sounds like you want to work with each other. Sounds like a 3.
We can work together.
We can work together.
Yes,
Joint venture.
I would score 3 as well. Just we are looking for the same business concept, I would say, and we can help each other.
Okay, very good. Just a quick note about language. I heard we are participation. Okay, earlier. So I made a note. We are participating in. So there we need the verb participating. Also, pronunciation of caterer. It's A like snake. Caterer. A. Also, expand business into. I think that was you. You said something about we're going to expand our business into, and I couldn't hear the last word. I didn't quite catch it. Do you remember what you said there?
It was gastrotourism.
Ah, gastrotourism. Got it. Okay. Because that's an unusual word, you should slow it down, like half the speed, because it's not something you hear every day. So I probably did hear you, and I just didn't know what it was. Gastrotourism. Gastro, like that. Gastro.
Gastro-tourism.
That's it. Very good. And one last point. I heard a mistake. Share the same hobbies as I am, but it should be as I have, because I have hobbies. So it seems that you share the same hobbies as I have, or something like that, because with the verb would be to have a hobby. I think that would sound better. Not as I am, because I am not my hobby, but I do have a hobby. Okay? So that was just one mistake that I caught. There's a correction. Very good. We're running out of time. By the way, I'm going to continue this on Wednesday, so you'll have more time to do this. But let's see if we can get one more pair for today. So our second person is Sergey, going from right to left. Sergey, we're going to find you a partner. I'm going to roll the dice. Let's see who's up. Number one. Well, I want to give someone else a chance to speak besides Sylvia. I'm going to roll again because I want to see you get two fresh people here. Number 4. Let's see who 4 is. Sergey, and 1, 2, 3, 4 is Giancarlo. Giancarlo, are you ready? Sergey, are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. So Sergey, are you going to be our marketing manager, or did you decide on something different?
I'm just marketing manager. It's okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. Here we go. Sergey, your time starts.
Let me introduce myself. I am marketing manager at Speak Easy Company. Speak Easy Company is basically a chain of language schools in all major European cities. Our idea is to help migrants to learn language of a city they moved in. For example, if you hire people from other countries and they move to your country, when we can provide you discount for your company for all your new employees to learn a new language. I'm here to find new customers and partners, probably. Besides of that, I'm looking to buy a new property in Spain. And if you are from Spain, I would love to talk with you about any ideas you might have about this. That's all.
Excellent. Short, concise. I wouldn't change a thing. Just one thing, not besides of that, but besides that. Get rid of the of.
Oh, cool.
Just
cool.
that. Okay, okay. If you're just joining us, we're right in the middle of speed networking, so I'm going to ask you just to watch for this round. Mr. Giancarlo, you're up, and you were our event organizer, right?
Yes, I think event organizer.
Okay. And Giancarlo, your time starts now. Give it a try.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to tell you something about myself. I'm an event organizer. I am from Mexico, Mexico City, and I organize conference and hospitality events like catering, photographers, printed invitations, and something like that. The reason that I am attending this networking event is because I would like to make more contacts and to meet new people from different countries interested in this kind of activities. And of course, I'd like to invite you to be a customer, a potential customer, because you may be a potential customer. And I would like to find partners who can offer exciting events and motivational prices. I would like to organize your next holiday and all the stuff related to organizing holidays. If you are interested, please contact me and we can discuss and talk about your next holiday. And finally, I would like to tell you that my hobbies. I'm sorry. I love languages, I love to travel, and of course I like extreme sports. Thank you.
Okay, very good again, very good. So, do either one of you see a business connection there?
I do.
Okay.
We can organize.
What could you suggest?
Oh, sorry. So, We could organize a holiday for our school students in one of European countries we have by using services we provide. Yeah, that's an
Okay.
opportunity.
What do you think, Giancarlo? Did you catch that?
Yes, can you please repeat again? What kind of organization do you need?
Okay, once again, so we are Wendy School, and we could organize an event with our students and teachers at the same place, right?
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah.
You don't sound very excited, Giancarlo.
No. It is. Of course, it is. So, yes, sure. I would like to organize your idea. Yeah, just tell me what kind of place would you like to visit and how is the people that work with you.
Sure, but these are the things we can work out later. For now, just a business contact exchange, and that's all right.
So, are you into the idea of having students and teachers from his language school in one of your locations? What do you think, Giancarlo?
Yes, it's a great idea. So let me organize this stuff, and I'll be in contact with you as soon as possible. Maybe tomorrow afternoon, you'll have all the details about the trip. Of course, it must be a very nice gathering, sure.
Okay, very good. Let me just make a few notes about language. Giancarlo, I would just try to vary the I'd like. Also, I couldn't hear I kept hearing you say I like, but I think you wanted to say I'd like. Like, I'd like to make more contacts, rather than I like, which is something you do every day. I like speaking in English every day. But
Yeah, I would like.
yeah, but I wasn't hearing the d. I'd like.
Maybe because I am a little bit sick. I have a
Maybe.
cold. I got a cold, but yes, I'd like, sure.
Okay. And maybe there's some other things you could say too, so that you're not using the same expression all the time. Nothing. You can say whatever you want, but I'm saying maybe we can vary it. Try to think of one or two alternatives. Also, I heard organized conference rather than conferences. Don't forget about that last syllable. We organize conferences. Okay, so add the extra S at the end.
Conferences, yeah.
That's right. Okay, and Sergey, I said besides of that is besides that.
Yep.
Okay, about pronunciation, so the vocabulary was excellent. Maybe you need to slow down a little bit, partly because your connection is a little hard to hear, partly. And also, in some cases, we get some interruption from Russia. Like instead of have, we hear have, right? So the best thing to do is don't worry about pronunciation. Just slow it down a little bit, like you did when Giancarlo said, could you repeat that? So that's the only thing I would say. Just slow it down just a touch, especially when we have some important details. All right, listen, I'm going to continue this on Wednesday, and you'll get a chance to do this as yourself. You're going to work on your pitch in the class, and we're going to see if we could actually do a little bit of business. So we're going to do the second part of next hour, 1 GMT. I've got to stop here and start the next class, which is a private class. I won't see you today, but I will see you tomorrow for 2 hours from 12 to 2 GMT for speaking skills, and the second class is probably going to change. I have fluency fundamentals, but I'm going to be changing the structure of it. So look at the description, and you'll see what we're going to do. I'm going to be changing it a bit. Have a great day. Very good job, everyone, and I hope to see you tomorrow at 12. Bye for now,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Bye
Bye-bye.
for now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.